Merry Christmas, my lads. What is up? So, on the previous episode, I hardly remember exactly how it was. It was over a month ago. But I was a little bit busy with game deving and stuff. But, anyways, I do get the gist of things. And basically, we were just staying AFK doing nothing. You know, mechanically intense Victoria 2 gameplay. But I do believe there was a war between Russia and Prussia, and Prussia got part of the Baltics as a result. But Austria hasn't really been in any war in a while, and since I'm allied with the Russians, my only strategy right now is to wait for them to declare war on someone or get themselves into a war, call the Russians into my war, and hope to RNG Jesus that the Austrians will join in. And if the Russians don't join with me, well, that's bad. But it is still relatively early in the campaign. It's only been 20 years since the start, so perhaps I will have a few more windows to basically get out of this situation. But yeah, since this isn't pre-recorded and I don't know how the campaign will go from here, and I definitely do not plan to cheat, if I fail to get any progress within the next 2 decades, that will probably be deemed a fail for this campaign. But yeah, hopefully it won't come to this. But yeah, one of you lads recommended me to basically use the liberate Galicia casus belli instead of just trying to take the state. And then you get a decision, but in order to use that decision, you need to be a great power. And as an OPM, you need at least 2 states in order to even reach great power status, even if you have the score for it. If you only have one state, then it is not enough, so I am not 100% sure about that. We will see. And when I first started, I couldn't even envision it, but there are apparently some pretty exploity tactics when it comes to playing with Krakow. For example, you could justify a make puppet war on the two Sicilies, and the Austrians will likely accept your call. And after you make them a puppet, you can obviously use the control armies command that you get on your puppets to basically use the two Sicilies to wage wars on your behalf. But I am not really interested in those tactics. I consider them basically game breaking at this point. But yeah, let's just get started already. Fuck. Looks like there is a little bit of a Republican spurg out here on Bielorussia. Doesn't look too worrying, to be honest. Oh, and check this out. How many? 50% of my laborers are unemployed. Yeah, looks like coal is apparently not that important. Grandy mode, lads. Am I right? Let's see. Yeah. And somehow the glass factory. Yes, I remember this. The glass factory wasn't doing good at all somehow. Yes, since 100% of the glass that I produce, 1.4 doesn't get sold at all. I wonder how that works. Hmm. Glass, much like coal, glass is also has an overproduction of a 10% factor. So I kind of find it surprising that I can't even participate in this market at all, judging from the fact that my rank is 20 and that I am part of the Russian sphere of influence. So I wonder what is up with that. As you can see right now, I am just stuck encouraging capitalists since I absolutely have nothing else to encourage at all. And if I encourage craftsmen, well, it's not going too bright already, so I'm a little bit worried about this. So yeah, capitalists, please. Oh, and apparently I already have some infamy, which I believe was because I what is it called? What is it called when Israel bombs Palestinian children? I preemptively made a casus belli justification under the expectation that I would get an opportunity to get the Russians to join me, but I never really got that opportunity. So yeah, we got 5 infamy and nothing to show for it. So, most likely due to my high literacy, I just keep getting craftsmen here. I already have an extra 3000 that I never wanted. And since this glass factory is a train wreck, and I can't really expand this one either because I'm a poor fag, I will probably just try my luck with this cement factory. The fact that I am encouraging capitalists probably doesn't help with my industry woes, since they will just subsidize whatever, but I am still an interventionist, so I can control them by closing them if they are too shit of a factory. Oh, and holy fuck, I just realized how effective my tax is. For example, I am taxing 67% of my middle class's income. That sucks for them, I guess. Oh, just got 15 prestige for free. That's nice. So now I am a secondary power, even though I am just a city, just from the prestige alone. Holy fuck, what is this? Ah, more of a liberal chimp out. It's because Russia is a absolute monarchy, they probably want elections. But yeah, I always found it funny in Victoria too how protesters are basically just enemies to mow down. Anyways, as Krakow, I don't really. There is hardly a point in investing in any military techs, especially due to this 10% penalty that I got. And plus, even if I research in military, I only have 3 brigades. I won't really get much use out of it. I'll probably go for this one for now. But yeah, oh, for example, you're playing Germany. Oh, you got 500,000 rebels. Well, just kill them, bro. It's that easy. Of course, the game is balanced around this, so you don't really kill all of them. So, if you get 1 million rebels to kill, for example, I believe you only kill 5 to 10% of them in terms of in-game pops. So, the devastation is not as high as you might initially think. But yes, you still gotta fucking kill them. Look at those Russians slaughtering these libcats. God, I wish that was me. Ugh, what could have been? Ah, lads, the Russian Freikorps. So cool. Oh wait, I totally spelled that wrong, didn't I? Yes, because the French are autistic. And if you write corpse, you are actually. I just spelled it like corpse, like an actual human body. No, I mean the core, because they spell the P silent for whatever reason. I really don't understand these languages. If you write a letter, you have to spell it out. If you don't spell it out, why write it in the first place? But yeah, just inferior cultures copying the superior Greek alphabet. I cannot really make sense out of inferior people. Whoa, they are actually causing quite the chimp out here. They are occupying a lot of provinces. Good thing that the Russians are killing the Polish liberals for me. Wait, is that even Polish? No, it's probably Belarusian, since it's this far in the east. So this Freikorps thing is kind of living rent-free in my head, so let me check how it is spelled real quick. Did he spell the P? I think it is silent in German too, not just in French.
Freikorps voran,
Let's see.
Kurs voran, Freikorps voran,
Freikorps. Anyways, I can't make sense out of this. Oh, check this out. Video only for historical purposes. I do not support hate speech or forbidden ideologies. That's funny. It's funny how they need to do this for basically any German themed patriotic song or war song. I suppose they really do ban people easily over this, so they have to be extra careful. Anyways, what do we research now? Probably ideological war so that when I become Poland, God be willing, I get more research points, focus points. Alright, so Austria just became Austria-Hungary before my very own eyes, and Prussia is now North Germany. The question is, now that the... Oh yeah. Yeah, I don't know, it will kind of be rough for me now. I fully expect the Germans to basically get all parts that they need out of the Austrians without a war. I do not believe that now that they are Austria-Hungary, I do not believe that they will contest control of the South German minors. So yeah, if that's the case, it's probably pretty bad. I suppose that we still got this war to look forward to when France helps the northern Italians to get Lombardy from the Austrians. Freikorpsverein. I don't know, it's very catchy. I like it. Oh, they got into war with the Germans. How come? It just began and... Oh, it's just a German Sperrgaud. Apparently, the northern Germans could not, just use the sphere mechanic on Baden. They just wanted to do this right now. So I am pretty sure that this is our call. This is our one opportunity that we were waiting for, right? And I think going for the liberate country goal is the play, because it will also happen at only 160 days. I am afraid that this one will take almost a year, and who knows what will happen in a year. But with this one, I believe that I will have more control over the situation. So yeah, let's go. 11 infamy, I can spare that. And the reason why I go for the liberate country is because I want to liberate Galicia Lodomeria. And once I liberate Galicia Lodomeria, anything goes. I might decide to play as Galicia Lodomeria, I might use cheats to unify, I might wait and see if me actually becoming a Great Bauer is doable. I might see if the event is outdated and could use a few other conditions. We will see, we will see. Obviously, the first step is for the Russians to help me in the first place. All of this discussion is worthless if they are not willing to help me. So, where the fuck are the Russian armies, by the way? Is that really it? Oh my god, they occupied the capital? Holy fuck, how did this happen? Did they go all the way from Belarus all the way to St. Petersburg? That's fucked up. Where are the rest of their armies though? It says that they have 55 battalions. Where are the rest? Maybe that's all that there is and they are simply undermanned. I don't know. In which case, if that's really all that the Russian Empire has to offer, it might be a little bit problematic. I will have to basically pray that their mobilized troops will save me. Oh, and that's pretty bad actually. I believe it is worse than what I think below because them having their capital occupied probably just considerably increased their war exhaustion, even though they are not at war with someone, right? It is at 48%. And if their war exhaustion is too high, then they will not be willing to help. So that worries me a little bit. Or maybe I was wrong, it was 48 and now it is 47. It is going down even though their capital is still occupied. Maybe that war exhaustion was with their previous war with Prussia. And rebels don't count as increasing your war exhaustion. But I don't really remember how exactly it works. Alrighty, got 2.6 infamy for that, not too bad. And what did they enforce? Oh, basically a constitutional monarchy. Could be worse. You know, those liberals pops probably don't understand this yet, but that's how you get your country into a rebellion spiral. They really gotta be careful. Russia is just a few more rebellions away from becoming an unhospitable for life shithole. I mean, look at this. This is basically the extent of their armies, thanks to this rebellion. One or two more bad things like that and they will become utterly worthless as an ally. Alright, one more month. They will not accept, lads. They just won't fucking accept. How do I cope, lads? I don't know. You know what? We don't need them. Fuck this. Yeah, who needs friends? I have one brigade to mobilize and I have a +3 defense general. Yeah, that will do, won't it? Yeah, Poland is strong. We don't need allies. We have everything we need. Alrighty. Yeah, what the fuck was I thinking? You know, if I was allied with Germany, this would still be doable because maybe the Germans, would carry my war goal for me. But the thing that worries me is that the Germans are going to have basically peace because before Austria gets devastated enough. And yeah, that would be horrible for me. Yeah, that is already horrible for me. Can I even go away in time? Yes, I can. But to where? I can't hide from them. Fuck this. Let's have our glorious last stand. Will Russia help me yet? No, they won't. Fuck this, let's just invite them anyways, just to make them lose prestige. Fucking traitors. Oh, but it's alrighty because I get limited safety regulations. Yeah, Poland is strong. We are strong. We got blown the fuck out. Can I surrender? No, I can't. I wonder what they will ask out of me. And before they ask annexation. Let's see. Oh, they were willing to settle for a white peace. And, what the fuck? Oh, so that's how it is. Did anyone catch that? Did anyone catch this epic timing? Happened a few days ago too. So as long as the Austrians basically get done with me and they basically get their peace with Germany and me, conveniently the war with Lombardy begins against Austria, which one the Russians were actually willing to help with. So that's another campaign into the fucking trash, isn't it? Here, I don't often do this, but let me try something different. So, here's my rule. If Russia or France manages to win this war, and they basically get any terms out of Austria-Hungary, basically if they get anything at all better than a white piece, it doesn't even have to be related to Lombardia, I will change owner this place back to me. That's my rule. Since Russia wasn't willing to help me, just due to fucking semantics, let's be honest, I will kind of do it like this. But, and by semantics, I mean all these fucking bullshit, rigid rules that Victoria 2 has when it comes to calling your allies. But yeah, that's how it's going to work. I am willing to cheat Galicia Lodomeria back into me only if France or Russia get any terms out of Austria-Hungary. If they don't, then we will accept that this campaign went into the trash. The rationale behind this is that the Russians push my casus belli that I already got on my behalf. And yeah. Do I still got this casus belli? It doesn't matter. So yeah, that's going to be it. We will just see how the war goes now. In theory, it probably should be an easy victory for our allies because, just from the military strength alone. But that's just the military strength that they got on theory. In reality, those 50 brigades that the Russians have are probably just not even 30,000 troops. And France, on the other hand, has this extremely pleasant tendency to leave the entirety of their armies in their colonies. So when there is a war in Europe, they are worthless. But we will see. Austria is also a paper tiger, so who knows. So 90% of my cement doesn't get sold. What the fuck? Yes, cement especially really is in low demand. Not only is there like a 20 to 30% grade overproduction, the price is also falling apart. That sucks. Even the price of liquor is going down. Is there any hope left? So the Austrians are making gains on Russia, but the Italians are also making gains here. So who knows? Fuck off. It's looking good, lads. Oh yeah. Yeah, we just won, didn't we? Yeah, we did. So, you know what this means? Time to become Change Owner Pro. Yeah, isn't this epic? Finally, we can get started. No, you can't just say it. It's wrong. You were supposed to. Fuck off. You know, what I did right now was just perfect. The idea itself, the execution, the conceptualization, just perfect. I will go on with it. I am pretty satisfied. Oh, and now I can form Galicia Lodomeria. Let's go for it. Oh, that's cringe. I prefer the light blue color. I don't like this pink. Now that I think of it, Poland itself is pink, isn't it? Yeah, it is. Shit, I will probably have to get used to it. So, now that we are Galicia Lodomeria, you can immediately see our population went all the way down. The literacy of our population went all the way down to 18%. So, yeah, let's get back into it with the focuses. Wait, what? Alright, that explains why I still got only one focus. Apparently, 40% of our population is Ukrainian. That's interesting. I didn't expect that. Hmm. Was it always like this? I mean, is this normal, or did the Russians cause some sort of repopulation or resettlement thingy? I'm not sure. Anyways. So I will obviously begin by mm, encouraging some intellectuals in Galicia. And when the Western Ukrainian intellectual pops get maxed out, maybe it's going to be a problem since they are a considerable part of my population. I'm worried that they might chimp out and cause a crisis or something. I'll have to keep them closely under my eye or something. Our Jewish population is also at 6%, but I am not as worried about them. And yeah, that's the worst part, is that since they are Ukrainians, they don't really assimilate, since Ukraine has cores on these territories. So yeah, unless I get much more Polish territory soon and I am able to, repopulate these areas, who knows? Everything is on the table. Okay, so I am no longer an OPM, so my tax efficiency is back to normal, so I can just max out all taxes without worrying too much about it. I also need my military spending to be maxed, since with all these new pops my soldier concentration is pretty low. And I will also have to see if I can sort my industry again. Oh fuck, all this time I was quote unquote mobilized because I forgot to click the demobilize button after my reservists got blown the fuck out. That's fine. Alrighty, so since I was already researching empiricism before I became Galicia Lodomeria, I got to use most of my previous good literacy rate, so that's nice. And I also got biology ready, so I don't really have much else to go for. So now that I am basically, an actual country, not a city state, I will probably have to keep my army into a little bit, give more consideration into my army because, it's no longer as simple as me getting carried by other countries. Alrighty, let's start sorting out my new army. Ukrainians go to the front, Poles go to the back. Holy fuck, these factories are really hopeless. What do I do? Let's try this steel mill. I don't know anymore. Yeah, the steel mill is also going really bad. It shows that it is profitable, but this number is bullshit. Oh god, what will I do? Maybe this small arms factory will save me or something. This textile mill is, it's doing shit, but compared to everything else, it is doing surprisingly good. And I just noticed here on Galicia Lodomeria, basically all craftsmen are Polish, so maybe we will have a little bit of assimilation after all. Of course, it will be due to the fucking bug, but it's something. and it won't be just to our benefit. As you can see here in Pretzmil, how the fuck do you spell this? Prezesmil, Prezemilsl. On this pretzel, whatever the fuck it is, we only have Jewish craftsmen, which means that basically all pops there who ever work at the factory will immediately become Jewish. This is known as the assimilation bug, and for some people, including me, it can be game ruining, potentially. The more autistic you are, the more you are annoyed by it. Some people are not even aware that it exists. But yeah, this bug is especially prevalent in multicultural areas. It's also extremely common when you play as Greece, for example, with all those Turkish and Bulgarian pops that exist. It's common in the Balkans in general. And when you play as a large country like Germany, you can ignore it. So what if a single province won't produce will make you lose some Germans due to assimilation? It's not a big deal. You have millions other Germans. But for smaller countries, it can be potentially crippling. But yeah. So I'm looking at my alliance with Russia right now. It says that I have minus 25 alliance diplomatic value due to other sphere. But what the fuck is other sphere supposed to mean? I am in their sphere of influence, am I not? Yes, I am. Why does it say other sphere? In any case, I am still not sure even if it wasn't for this weird thing. Yeah, I'm not necessarily sure if I want an alliance with Russia right now, because Russian territory is basically my only route of expansion right now, so I will have to think about this a little bit. In theory, I could also go for Germany, I could go for Silesia or something, but realistically, I really don't see this happening, even if they get at war with France and Russia at the same time. This Germany, for this game at least, it feels pretty strong. They also got all of the South Germans under their wing, and soon they will unify the second they get Alsace-Lorraine. So yeah, I don't really see me getting Silesia at any point but the late game. And yeah, the massive implication behind this is that in the next few episodes, Russia will probably be our enemy. Anyways, lads, that should be it for this episode. I hope that you didn't mind too much that I had to resort to this type of stuff. It was just that the timing and the call ally thing and all this bullshit was just so incredibly stupid. Because, even if I waited, even if I somehow had the previous knowledge that France would declare war soon after, I wouldn't actually be able to join it. And the reason why I wouldn't be able to join it would be because France would ask for Russian assistance, and then Russia wouldn't be able to call me into the war. Because that's how the AI works. It is an Italian. It is basically France declaring war on behalf on Italy. I believe it is a decision, the Plombiers Treaty or something like that. And then they ask for Russian help, but I am not allied with the French, so I am just left watching like a cat. So yeah, rather than dealing with all this bullshit and saving and reloading and finding a way to make this work somehow, it's better for me to just accept the fact that this game is dated and it just has some things that you need to do manually sometimes, from fixing borders to this type of stuff. Anyways, that should be it for this video. We got the samurais here. Rhodesia is getting grob here. Excuse me, I mean the Boer states. Nothing too crazy. Is this normal? Anyways, thank you for watching, my lads. Again, I wish you a Merry Christmas, hope you enjoyed this video, and I will be seeing you on the next one. Goodbye, lads.